Hey there, it's Julie the Whippy Chick, and I'm not going to show you my face right now because I'm not camera ready. But I wanted to kind of do an update on the Ladybug project. So I thought I would kind of show you where I stand at this point and maybe kind of what it looks like where I do my work. So I have this tray set up here. It's just like a regular TV tray. And I have the little pattern like kind of clipped down to it so it doesn't fall off and get all crumpled or anything like that. I always have my pencil handy and my scissors because I'm constantly filling bobbins, and these are what I'm using for bobbins. So I did start this project earlier. Sorry, kind of moving stuff around here. And I was using the color printout. So this is the one I was using before. It looks like it would be easier to read, but honestly, because of the color, it was kind of hard to write on it. Yeah, so I decided when I did it again, I would shoot for the black and white. And actually, that's worked out pretty well. The only time it's going to be a little confusing is this part here because the yellow and the green look so much alike on the black and white. But I can just refer to the color for that one. The colors that I'm currently using, I have over here because like I said, I am constantly filling my bobbins. And this is just like my sitting area. This is like where I sit while I'm working on it. There's the TV. And here on the floor, I've got it spread out so you can see how far I've gotten. This is how far I've gotten. And if you look over here, you can see I have turned the corner. So it's not going to get any wider. This is as wide as it's going to get. So I'm so excited to have turned the corner successfully. It will still get a little bit longer. I think I have maybe 20 rows to go before I turn the corner on that end. So that is how it's looking. Super excited about it. Now if I flip it over, you can see all of the ends that will need to be woven in. But that's okay. I'm keeping them all on one side so that when the time comes to weave them all in, I don't have to keep flipping the blanket around. It's all on one side. This is probably a terrible video. Let me see. What other things can I tell you about? Hang on one second. Let me get out my first attempt. Okay, I'm back. So I did try this once before. This is my first attempt at the Ladybug. And as you can see, it's quite a bit smaller because I was using a mini corner to corner, which basically what that means is instead of using double crochets, you're using half double crochets. The problem is that the stitches were so small that when I changed color, I would kind of snug that down and then I would lose the stitch. So I ended up dropping 2 stitches, which put my count all off. And I had to frog it several times and I was getting really frustrated, and I decided just to start all over again. And I'm so glad that I did because it's working out so much better. Another thing that I did different is the first attempt I was drawing lines across, and you can see like where I shaded it was places where I frogged it and had to do it again. Also, you can see where I used different colors because, again, I frogged it, so I had to go over my lines again. It just didn't work out very well. It was just too easy to get lost in the graph. So the second time, when I'm using the black and white copy, what I did is instead of drawing lines is I made dots on each square. And then when I'd get to the end of a particular color, I would put a little number next to it so I knew how many of that color I would have. So let me see if I can find a way to show you without getting too mixed up, because it's hard to look at it on a screen. Maybe if I put my glasses on. Oh yes, that's much better. Okay, so like right here you can see I was going in this direction. I was working my way up here. And when I got to the end, you can see I counted 12 whites. And then from there I did 3 of this color. And then went back up with white again. all the way up to the end, and it was 12. And then I worked my way back down this way. So that system has worked out so much better for me. It's so much easier than counting every single color over and over again, because by the time I get to like 5 or 6 blocks, I'm like, wait a minute, how many did I need again? And I'd have to count all over again. So this way I've got it written down there, and it's a lot easier for me. So far I've only had to frog once, and it wasn't anything terrible at all. I just had to rip out maybe a quarter of a row. So it wasn't bad at all. I'm loving how this is working for me. This is working so much better. So maybe that is a good tip for you. Maybe that'll help you as well. All right, let's see. What else have I got here? I have got different kinds of bobbins that I will show you. These ones are in the bag because I'm all done using these particular bobbins. But I've got 3 different sizes, and I thought I would show those to you because, sorry, this is a really awful video. It's really jumping around here, but I'm just trying to do it one-handed on my phone. Anyway, so I've got these different size bobbins. I've got these great big ones that I got at Dollar Tree. They look like this. Get 6 for $1. They're wonderful. I got a bunch, and I recommend getting a bunch. They're cheap and they last a long time, and as you can see, you will use a bunch. You don't need like 1 for every color. You need like 5 for every color, because sometimes you're doing a lot of color changes using the same colors. Like that little stretch there. I've got white, teal, light blue, teal, light blue, teal, white. You know what I mean? So just because you've got, 6 colors doesn't mean you only need 6 bobbins. You might need, several for each color. Does that make sense? Okay. Sometimes you just have like an area where there's just, you don't need so much yarn, and the smaller bobbins might come in handy for that. Now these I've had for a long time. I believe I got these, oh gosh, what's the name of that store? It's not the Tractor Store. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I will find it, and I'll put a little line down here telling you what store it was. And these are also just some little clips. I want to say I got these at the Dollar Tree too. So those are also good for just the little areas, like down here in the corner and along the border. You might want just a smaller bobbin there at the bottom, because you're just doing, 1 block each row of that particular weight. But it's up to you. I don't know. I kind of like having the bobbins full and ready to go. And yeah, what I don't use will just go into a scrap blanket someday. So I always have my pencil handy. I do have an eraser as well. I haven't had to use the eraser too much. Just a little bit right here. I've always got some scissors handy because, yeah, you're filling up bobbins a lot. I am using the magic knot when I join the same colors. So again, using the scissors a lot for that as well. And, oh, there was something else I was going to say and I can't remember what it was. All right, well, I think I'm just going to leave it there. That's my little update today. If you're interested in learning more about Graphghanning, Yarn Hookers is going to be focused completely on Graphghanning this weekend. So it's going to be at my channel right here at the Whippy Chick Crochet channel. And it's going to start at 5 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. So if you'd like to join us for that live, we're going to learn all about Graphghanning. I think that's it. I'm going to let you go here and get back to crocheting. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.